Hello everyone, Professor Fatcraft is here and welcome back to another Funredstone episode. Today is episode 29 and in today's episode I want to show to all of you my multiple item sorters crystal contraption. So let's get right into it. Let me get to first person perspective. Now this design right here is very unique compared to a lot of designs out there. The reason why I said it is unique because this multi-item sorters use a very interesting redstone redstone systems, unlike like your traditional multi and multi-item sorters. This one use movable block entities, and because it uses multiple block entities, it eliminates a lot of problems that the traditional one has, like for example the the complexity of the redstone. And the second part is the inconsistent in bedrock, because in bedrock we currently have a bug to do with hopper not transferring the items correctly, is transfer items really randomly. So that is why movable block entities store multi item sorters is a lot more reliable. And this one, this designs that of mine use dropper for for the item sorting system. So let me explain how it works. Basically we have a bunch of piston V-tapes stacked onto each other in order to cycle into all of the items. Yeah. And if you have built a multi-item sorter before, then you will know how it works. But if you don't know, then I will explain it. A multi-item sorter basically means that is a sorting system that will gonna sort out not just one items but multiple items at the same time. So unlike traditional, like one white tileable one item sorter, like the typical one, this thing can sort out multiple items in the system, as you can see. So yeah. And with this one, when you turn on the system, all of the piston free types will gonna active, and the items will go from the input chest, which is right here. Let me get some blocks so we can have a better a better understanding of how it works. We're gonna get the blocks that I have in the system and blocks that I don't have. Oh, not blocks but items. So in this system I have quite concrete in the system, which is this chest, as you can see, but netherwort is not in the system. So when I put items inside of this thing, or this chest, it will gonna active this smart elevator, this dropper elevator, and we're gonna transfer all the items into these chest into this chest. As you can see, we have exactly 16 concretes and 16 nether warts. Right, so let me turn on the system. As you can see, the piston feeders moves and cycle the droppers around the system, and the items that is in the dropper, we're gonna cycling through this dropper feeders, and every single time the piston feeders active, it will gonna active these lines of absorbers, and it will gonna active the dropper. If there is an available slot for the items, the dropper will gonna put the items inside of that slot. But if there's none, then the dropper will fail and the item will still be in the system, will still be in the dropper, ready for the next chest to be checked. And this will continuously do throughout the system. So the piston feed will gonna cycling through from left to right, and then from right to left, and left to right, and so on and so forth. And when it reaches the end, if there's no available slot for the items in all of these chests, then the items will gonna end up in this hopper lines, and we're gonna go up into this barrel, which is the well, the storage for the stuff that you don't for the items that don't that didn't get that don't get sorted. Sorry, don't have words, bad English. Okay, so now the interesting part will be the items transferred from these piston feed tabs to the second piston feed tabs, and so on and so forth. And the way that I transfer the items is using all of these hoppers. So the hoppers will gonna go under the dropper, suck out the items, and also at the same time put items into the second droppers, and it will gonna cycling through all over again. So yeah, that is how we transfer it. And same thing from the second piece of VTEPs to the third. As you can see, there's a hopper there. It will gonna suck out the items inside of the droppers, put into the third dropper lines, and this process repeats itself all over again, because I have made it so all of this can be tileable upwards and downwards, of course. And yeah, that is how it works. And there's not much to talk anymore, because that is basically how this thing works. And although it looks big, this thing right here is a lot smaller, like a lot smaller than the traditional one. So but there's one downside there's a lot of downside to this concept. First of all, it is got here slow. Okay, this thing is a lot slower than the traditional one, because the traditional one using the hopper speed, so the items will go as fast as possible. With this thing, it relies on the speed of the piston feed tabs, and if it is too fast, the hoppers that transfer the items cannot uh, cannot well cannot pick up the items, suck out the items from the droppers above, and put it into the in front dropper. So yeah, that is why you yeah, that is why this thing is very slow. And the second downside is this thing is very noisy. Okay, because of all of the piston feed tabs, all of the dropper activation, and yeah, it's just very noisy to to active. So if you are standing close, you will be very annoyed because of all the noise. You can't hear the sound that this thing creates because I don't know how to record internal sounds. Why I can talk with you using my mic. So yeah, I can't really record internal sounds, but if you are going to build this, then and you have be warned that this thing is very noisy. I think yeah, the system is done. Let's flick the lever. Let's see. Okay, yes, we have 16 nether watts there because there's no available slot in the system. But for the concrete, yes, the concrete has been sorted correctly. So yeah, that is basically it. A multi-item sorters using movable block entities. And the reason why I don't use hopper here is because hoppers, when stacked onto each other, we're gonna suck out items from the above, the below hopper. We're gonna suck out the items, all the items from the above hopper, and to create some locking, to do some lock and unlocking stuff from using redstone torch in order to transfer it is very complicated, so I just use dropper instead. And yeah, with droppers it looks very nice, and yeah, very small, very compact, and you can obviously fit this anywhere you want. It's literally 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8 wide. Yeah, in the interface you can of course change this. I am not a good builder, but this is good enough. And yeah, you can of course expand it infinitely, up and down. It depends on the it's not depend, and because the chunk the like the chunk checking algorithm in Minecraft, it doesn't check horizontally. It not only check horizontally, it check vertically, and vertically there's not really much. Okay, let me explain again. Basically, a Minecraft load chunks in a column, so it will be a 16 by 16, and all the way from 0 to 256. So basically what I mean by that, you can expand this infinitely up. Oh, you can expand this from y0 to 256, and it will still gonna be, it will still work. It will still work because Minecraft checks chunk in a yeah, in a column like that, not like in cube. So yeah, that is a plus. If you expand it horizontally, you cannot expand it infinitely because of the push limit. And to make this function, you have to put all of the items in the chest. And remember, you cannot have any like an op a yeah we have you have to put an dummy items in there to occupy the slot, or else the wrong item will go into the wrong place in your systems. I think that is all of the warnings that I have for you. uh, if you want to build and want to use this machine in your survival and your sorting stuff, I hope this will gonna solve a lot of your storage problem. If you want to build this, I will provide a word download for this, and if you want a tutorial, then comments down below. I but yeah, comments down below, and I will gonna do it in episode 31. So yeah, anyways guys, that is it for today. Thank you for watching. Oops. Oh, thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.